Imagine holding a tiny silver coin that could secretly be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. Yes, we're talking about the 1942 Mercury Dime. At first glance, it looks like just another small piece of change from the World War II era, but don't be fooled. Some of these coins are absolute money bombs hiding in plain sight. This stunning dime features the beautiful winged Liberty head design, often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury. That's how it got its famous nickname, the Mercury Dime. Designed by Adolph A. Weinman, the same artist who created the legendary walking Liberty half-dollar, this coin isn't just a piece of money, it's a masterpiece. Struck in 90% silver, the 1942 Mercury Dime carries real value not just in its metal but in its rarity and mistakes. Now here's where it gets shocking. Some 1942 Mercury Dimes have sold for prices that will make your jaw drop. We're talking 5-figure and even 6-figure sales. So before you toss away that old dime lying in your drawer, listen carefully, you might just be holding a small fortune. Let's start with the 1942-41 overdate error dime, one of the most shocking and valuable errors in all of U.S. coin history. This incredible mistake happened when the mint accidentally punched the 1942 date over a 1941 die. That means if you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can actually see traces of the 1 underneath the 2. This mind-blowing error was never supposed to exist, but a small number slipped out into circulation, and collectors today go absolutely crazy for them. Now brace yourself. One of these 1942-41 Mercury Dimes in high mint condition once sold for over $90,000. That's right, a single dime worth more than a brand new luxury car. Even circulated examples with wear marks have been known to sell for $10,000 to $25,000 depending on their condition. Just imagine, a coin that used to buy a candy bar could now buy you a car, a trip, or even a down payment on a house. And that's not the only treasure hiding under the 1942 date. There are 3 main mint marks for this year: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. The Philadelphia coins are the most common, but the Denver and San Francisco versions in pristine condition can fetch some jaw-dropping amounts as well. A 1942 D Mercury Dime graded MS-68 full bands once sold for over $20,000, while a 1942 S Mercury Dime in top condition reached nearly $15,000 at auction. The full bands term refers to the horizontal bands on the torch on the back of the coin being fully separated and sharp, a rare feature that only happens when the coin is struck perfectly. Collectors love it because it shows exceptional quality and precision. But wait, it gets even more thrilling. There's a small detail that could turn your ordinary 1942 dime into a golden ticket. Look for coins that are sharply struck, shiny, and without major scratches or dings. The higher the grade, the more shocking the value. Even an average 1942 Mercury Dime in circulated condition can be worth $2 to $5 just for its silver content. But once you enter the uncirculated or error zone, that number can skyrocket beyond imagination. Some collectors have reported finding 1942 dimes in old jars, bankrolls, or inherited collections, only to discover they were holding one of the overdate error dimes worth tens of thousands. Imagine that heart-stopping moment when a magnifying glass reveals that faint little 1 under the 2. That's the kind of discovery that gives every coin hunter goosebumps. And the beauty of this coin? Even after more than 80 years, its elegant design still shines, literally. Lady Liberty's wings represent freedom of thought, a message that hits hard even today. On the reverse side, the fasces, a bundle of rods and an axe, symbolizes strength and unity. It's more than just money, it's a reflection of America's spirit during one of the toughest times in history. Let's talk about rarity and demand. The 1942 Mercury Dime had a high mintage, over 300 million coins, but only a handful survived in flawless condition, and even fewer with that legendary overdate error. That's what makes them so valuable. Collectors worldwide compete fiercely for top-grade examples. Every time one appears at auction, the bids shoot up like fireworks. For example, a 1942-41 Mercury Dime graded MS-67 full bands sold for an unbelievable $96,000 in one of Heritage Auction's coin events. Just imagine turning an old 10-cent coin into the equivalent of a luxury SUV. That's the kind of shock value this little dime carries. And don't overlook proof coins either. The 1942 proof Mercury Dime is another silent giant. Only a limited number were ever made, and they have that mirror-like surface that shines brighter than a diamond. Some proofs in PR68 condition have sold for over $10,000. What makes this story even crazier is that there might still be thousands of valuable 1942 dimes hiding in plain sight, sitting in change jars, old coin boxes, or forgotten piggy banks. Many people don't even realize they own something so valuable. The key is to check every detail. Look at the date. See if there's a faint one under the 2, that's the overdate. Check for mint marks, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark for Philadelphia. Examine the bands on the torch. The sharper and more complete, the better. Watch for proof-like shine or unusual sharpness. Even a small difference can mean thousands of dollars in value. So, what makes the 1942 Mercury Dime truly shocking? It's the contrast. A coin once used to buy chewing gum can now pay for an entire vacation. It's a perfect blend of beauty, rarity, and accidental history. The overdate error happened by mistake, but that very mistake created one of the most hunted treasures in U.S. coinage. Collectors, dealers, and treasure hunters are always on the lookout for it. Some even call it the Holy Grail of dimes. Every time a new one surfaces, it makes headlines and sends shockwaves through the coin world. If you have a 1942 dime, don't underestimate it. That tiny silver circle might just be the key to something massive. Check it, study it, and if you see that famous overdate, congratulations, you've struck silver gold.